What's going on, family? Let's have a little conversation about the Z. Yeah. What's going on, family? I hope you guys are having an absolutely wonderful day. Today is absolutely gorgeous outside, but I promise you guys to give you a little bit of a review of the vet after, I guess it's been about 6 months. I want to do 5 months, but man, I was having too much fun, man. You know, it happens. We just get into what we do, have a good time, and get a little distracted from some of the things that we have to do. Y'all know how it is, man. Y'all know how it is. But anyway, man, thank you guys for checking out the channel. We got a whole lot of new subscribers that come through. Hey, man, appreciate you guys. You guys could be anywhere, but you guys are here, so you can't beat it. Getting a call. So, yeah, we're going to have to talk to you in a second, brother. And so, outside of that, sorry for the interruption, guys, but, you know, it happens. We get phone calls. Thank you guys for checking out the channel. Thank you for hanging out with me. Man, we pretty close to that 1,000 subscribers, man. Look, 940 the last time 904 last time I checked. So, my guys, listen, if y'all looking at the video and you're not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel, man. It supports the movement. You like the content that you see, support it, man. Don't forget to do that virtual handshake. Walk us about the house, you shake their hand, man. That's that like button. Hit that like button, man. Hit it from the beginning. It's going to be good. It's going to be some good stuff, man. You're going to learn something. You can pull anything out of anything I send to you. It's going to be worth hitting that like button, man. Absolutely. All of my returning supporters, man, thank you guys for hanging out with your boy. Y'all know how we do. And if you're new to the channel, you're checking out the channel, you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing and hit that like button, man. Always remember, like buttons matter, man. Like buttons matter. Hashtag LBM. All right, guys. So for those who are new to the channel, this is Zeus 2017 Z06. It's a 2LZ package. It's got red and black interior, white. I put a lot of accents on there, a lot of different modifications that I've added to the car. That's going to be the video after this one, so y'all stick around, man. Make sure y'all come back so y'all can see this. And stick around through the whole video for this one, man, because I want you guys to hear how I feel about this car. It's all about how I feel and my experience with this Corvette, right? And let me just give you a little bit about myself. When it comes to Corvettes, I have loved Corvettes. Oh, God, I don't remember a time that I did not like Corvettes. Let me just put it to you like that. To me, they were modern-day Batmobiles. I loved Batman as a kid, and they were modern-day Batmobiles to me. Movie came out. If you guys haven't seen it, I'm sure you probably heard of it. You've been on this channel a little bit. Corvette Summers was one of my all-time favorite movies, man. Been a car kid for a very long time. Love car movies. Smokey and the Bandit. You name it. Any of the top car movies, Cannonball Run, all those things, man, those were like my shows. James Bond, because what? Some of the baddest cars James Bond had. Batman had a lot of different types of vehicles. So, you know, vehicles and cars have always been one of those things I've been interested in. This car has been my dream car for too long. And I finally got it, right? Even before I got this one, I was putting it off a little bit, kind of set in my head that I had to do it. Did the inevitable, the test drive. The test drive always blows your mind. It was a 2018 yellow Z06 that I test drove. It was just absolutely amazing. Had a wonderful time in that car and was like, what am I doing? Why don't I have this car, right? One of my guys, Foosh Snicker, Foosh, salute to you, brother. part of my 300 community. I still love my 300s, man. So all you cats with 300s, man, keep doing to them what they do, because, man, I love them cars, man. But Foosh was like, man, I dare you. He said, no, I triple dog dare you. I said, man, don't threaten me with a good time. And it wasn't that, it was that threat that pushed me. I knew I wanted it, but man, he didn't realize how bad I wanted it. I talked to my brother Stunna. He was like, man, just go get it, man. He said, man, get what you want. He said, bro, if you want that car, man, get what you want. I juggled in between the C8 and the C7, built the C7 online, realized how long it would take. Then I started paying attention to some of the cars that were en route already that weren't allocated. So it was like, maybe I could snatch one of them. Got advice from a few people to, focus on those cars that are in rural areas so they're not taxing you too bad. But I wasn't in love with the C8. It's the body lines, the body styling. I mean, that rear engine is cool, but in my opinion, it's more of a European car. I mean, I know it's an American exotic, but for me, it felt more like all the European cars, or it felt like the Germans, or it didn't feel like, in my opinion, it didn't feel like that classic American Corvette. That's just me. Something about the C7 that was like through the roof for me. It is my absolute favorite body style. I decided that I wanted it. When I got it, based on what I built online, I paid, and just a disclaimer, I paid more for it than I would have paid for the C8 if I'd have got it without all the extra stuff tacked on to it. Just being frank. Yeah, man. So now having it, that's the backstory. I hope I still got you guys with me. We got more to go. That's my backstory. So let's talk about, man, what I love about this car. Number one, right off the bat, are the lines. This thing is sexy, man. This car got lines like you would not believe. I thought my 300 has great lines. Love the lines on the 300. The lines on this car, she got hips, she got curves. And I love them. The next side of that, what I really love, is some of her curves and some of her hips. They're all functional for performance, right? You got active venting that cools the transaxle, that provide cool air to the intake, creates downforce. It's all functional, and it's not those badges and stickers that they put on cars that don't have purpose. They're all functional. They all have purpose, man, and you can't beat that. The engineering behind it makes it, it just makes it that much more appealing to me, and you can feel it and you can appreciate what that car does. The power. It's a Z06, 650 horsepower, 660 foot-pound of torque. How can you pass that up? The power is it's ridiculous. You get to a light and you want to get over and get in front of somebody. 99% of the time, I'm gonna do that. I have no problem. It's like having, like you have a superpower or a supercar. I ain't got to worry about that. I don't have too many cars that I got to worry about getting around if I need to. Man, I can get around without a problem. This thing is a beast. The ride. My last evolution with this, when I had to put it in the shop, I had a solenoid go bad. I was, Zeus was down for a little bit. And I got a software upgrade to MagRide. Now, MagRide before was nice. It was good. It still rode nice. But it felt like I had really firm tires, if that makes sense, right? Still good, but firm tires. With that upgrade, man, I could take this car cross country without fatigue. This car rides so good, guys. And when it's time to start doing some cornering, some fun stuff, it stiffens up and turns flat like you would not believe without having to go into track mode. Track mode, however, feels like how Sport felt before, like I'm riding on firm tires. It's not jostling or beating me up as bad as track mode used to be. It's much nicer, but the software package, what it allows it to do is stay soft until it's needed. So when it goes into a performance shifting scenario, when the car realizes you're driving aggressively, because it learns what you're doing. When it learns and it says it shifts into performance shifting mode, the shocks respond accordingly. So the shocks and the suspension goes into a performance setting where everything stiffens up. It's ready for corners. It's ready to stay flat. It's amazing. The technology that goes behind this is through the roof. So that ride is remarkable. So I can take this thing and cruise it and not get beat up. It's comfortable. It's really comfortable, guys. Don't think just because this thing is on the ground or it's super low. You see the videos of people how to get out of a Corvette and they rolling all on the ground. It's low, but it's comfortable. Real talk. It's super, super comfortable. Speaking of the riding, there's one other thing about riding that happens when you have to stop. Where's the spider coming from? What is going on here? No, get out of here. Anyway, sorry about that. Braking. This thing brakes, man, and it feels like I used to, I watch a lot of different people. Back in the day, watching a lot of the cats out of Texas, man, and especially Hemi Life 44. Shout out to Hemi Life 44. But some of the things that they talked about with the big cars and their braking, they had them Brembo brakes. I mean, you stop, you feel like it's trying to pull the skin off your face. Even more aggressive. It's crazy how this thing stops, man. I've done some pretty aggressive driving, not on the track just yet. And I have yet to experience brake fade on this thing. So I'm impressed. And after getting on it, all I know I have to do is drive a little bit, and the active cooling that happens through driving and the venting, it's gonna get the brakes back to where they're supposed to be. It's something else, man. Love the brakes. Just so you know, we got 6 piston Brembos on the front and four piston Brembos on the back. And my brakes are slotted, right? So these are from the factory slotted. All right, next, out of the things that I like about this car is going to be that target top. On days especially like this, when the sun is out and it's still breezy and comfortable and cool, not the humid days. Them humid days, it's not fun. But days like this, or even when the sun is going down in the evening, I love taking that top off and cruising. It is so nice, bro. It's not a convertible. If it was a hard top convertible, I get it. Those are pretty cool. Of course, they don't make hard top convertibles for this. This is the closest you're gonna get to a hard top convertible on a C7. You have to take the top off manually and put it in the back. Not a problem. It really doesn't take that long. It's 3 latches and the thing is off. And it clicks in place. It goes in back there and it's, tucked away like it's supposed to be back there. But when I tell you, the ride and the comfort, it's a vibe, man. You got the right music on with that cruise and that breeze, and it's every bit 100% a vibe. Love being able to take that top off. I didn't care for having a convertible, especially when I was building the C8, because one of the keys, I guess the novelty, not a novelty, but the key points of the C8 is the mid-engine. When you get a mid-engine car, I don't want nothing to cover up what you want to see. The convertibles don't allow you to still enjoy the visualization of the mid-engine car. So to me, that just didn't make sense. But again, target top, man. Being able to take it off and have that topless experience. Next, and you wouldn't believe it, man, the cargo space is actually really, really good. Sometimes I find myself with too much stuff in my car. All because I think I need this. If I'm going to show, I've gotten to a point where I start minimizing the stuff that I have in there so that I can keep it kind of chill. But before, I was finding myself with a lot of stuff, and when I start taking the stuff out, I'm like, golly, I had all this back here. This thing can hold a lot. It can hold a lot for what you think. When I was looking at the C8, man, you had minimal space. You know, you had a little, although it's mid-engine, you got a little pocket back there in the back that you could store stuff. And then there was the front, of course. But still, not a lot of space, man. Not a lot of space. So being able to do what I do with this and have the space that I need, I can keep my one bag of all my cleaning supplies and towels, and then like bring my drone out. I can bring it in there, and if I had the C8, the drone would be in one pocket, and the bag for all my cleaning stuff be in the front probably, and that's the space. That's all I got. But now I can still put another pair of shoes there if I want to. I can bring some extra t-shirts. I can bring a hoodie when it's chilly out. I can put some extra stuff in there, and be good. I can actually put groceries in this thing if I take it to go get some groceries and be good. That's crazy. But it has a lot of space, man. I absolutely love it, man. Storage space. That's one of my favorite things about it. Next, the sound. Oh my God. Sound is in two parts. For me, first, the exhaust sound. It sounded good factory. But after I did the X-pipe on this thing, and the X-pipe has broken in, oh God, I love the way this thing sounds. It sounds so good, guys. Oh my God, it sounds so good. It sounds really, really good. And just cruising on it, getting on it, it's not droney. It doesn't, it's not exhausting to hear if I'm just cruising. It only wakes up when I'm really on the accelerator pedal. It's just something else, man. It sounds really, really good. The other side of the sound part that I like is the stereo. That Bose system in this thing sounds so good. It's got the subwoofer in here. It sounds really, really good. I used to be one to go and do all the different stereo stuff and, do the boxes and everything. I thought the sound system in my 300 sound real good with the Dr. Dre subwoofer and speaker system, it was decent. Don't get me wrong. This is way better. This Bose is through the roof. It's really, really nice. I don't think I ever really need to, do an aftermarket stereo system. It's not, I have enough. This makes enough noise for me. I'll never be putting the box back here. I'll never change it out so I gotta have, 10,000 watts of sound coming out of it. That's nothing that I'm interested in doing, guys. It sounds phenomenal just as it sits. That was one of the key things that I liked about it when it came to this car, man, is those things, man. It's just, the sound is the last thing. You got some honorable mentions when it comes to, getting the color scheme that I wanted on the inside, finding the white car that I wanted. It's just all the other things that fall and land around for me, a lot of the mods that I did to the car afterwards. So we'll talk about that part when we get into the mod section of videos. So we'll do that on the next video, guys. We'll definitely do that on the next video. Now, the other side of this, as you guys know, again, if you are familiar with the channel, you guys also know that I have a custom Jeep Liberty that I built. 2012, I lifted it. I made the fenders myself. I rapture lined it. So it's got a truck bed line on the outside. It's white and black. Of course, that's your boy theme. That's the Swole 55 theme. Bumper, lights, Android radio I put in that thing, big screen. I did a lot of stuff to this car. But I digress. I say that to say that the Jeep community, similar to like motorcycles. Motorcycles, they ride, they drop them deuces down on the side. Jeeps, they do them 2 fingers or a whole hand forward. Vets, I found they do the same thing. But not all of them. Right? C7, C6, C5, C4, C3, C2, 3, 1. Every last one, anytime I pass any of those guys, man, they wave. Especially if they got their top off, hand through out the top. They all wave. They all speak through the windshield, whatever. They all speak. C8s, on the other hand, something about C8 owners, man, I'm on my soapbox a little bit. They kind of bougie, man. They don't wave. You wave at them, they just keep going. Like, what? And I didn't understand it until I watched Rick Conti on YouTube, man. He does some nothing but Corvette content, right? Right now, most of his content is around the C8 because, of course, that is what's hot right now. And I'm watching this video, and he's talked about that. You know, something that he wanted to talk about. I'm put a link in here, man, so y'all can see what I'm talking about. He talked about the fact that C8 owners don't wave. And his theory behind C8 owners not waving is that when it comes to the community, especially when it comes to that car, they're new to that community. They don't understand that there's camaraderie amongst the community. Again, C8s. I love them. I think they're great cars. But C7 is my car. Guys with your C8s, man, speak to, you ain't better than nobody else, man. You ain't better than nobody else. It's a community. Speak to other Corvette drivers in your community. Speak to other Corvette drivers in your community. That's pretty much it, man. That's pretty much it. Yeah, that's where we done landed, man. That's where we done landed. Next time we get together, we're going to get together and we're going to talk about some of the things. You know what? Yeah, we're going to get together and start talking about some of the things, the mods that we've done to the car. And I think later on, man, we might have a conversation also about what I don't care for. It's not a lot. It's really not a lot. But we'll get into that because I think that the reason why I don't want to talk about it on this video is because I just have too much that I really love about the car. I didn't want to make it a top 5 or top 10. It's just a lot of different stuff that I really appreciate and I like about this car. And because of some of the mods I've done, they probably addressed the things that I didn't like about the car. So when we talk about the mods, we'll go into what I don't like. And again, I want to say everything I did not like about the car, the mods have addressed. So I think that video will be perfect when we get there. Yeah. Hey, man. Y'all know how we do, man. Y'all know how we roll. Y'all know what we do and how we live our life. We don't live these average lives, man. We never do it average. We got to do it big. If you guys are interested in getting a Corvette, put your plan together and take the first step. You cannot start a plan without the first step. A plan without the first step is just an idea. You have to act on your plan. What's your first step? I don't care, whatever your dream car may be. You know, if you're a tuner guy and you're trying to get an S2000, you're trying to get an NSS, what's your first step? You're a German car lover and you're trying to get that BMW, that Porsche, you're trying to get that Mercedes. What's your first step? You know what I mean? So if you ain't taking that first step, it's just an idea. So if you have a goal to get something that it may not be a car, maybe a home, maybe, you know, a certain type of relationship. It may be that certain gig. Maybe it's an educational aspiration that you're trying to focus on. Maybe it's something for your car. Maybe it's a certain set of wheels. Maybe it's a certain wrap. Maybe it's a paint job. Maybe whatever the case may be. What's your first step to acquiring what you're trying to get, your goal? Always remember, man, you got to take the first step. If you're not taking the first step, it's just an idea. And you know, us who don't do that normal stuff, yeah, man, we take them first steps. We have to. Why? You say, yeah, man, why? I can answer that why. Y'all sit down. I got this, man, for the guy that asks why. You know, him over there with that yellow shirt on. Why? Because we were designed from greatness, man. Yeah. Because we were designed from greatness, you have the right, the authority, the responsibility to never, ever, ever be average. So guys, don't be average.